It's time for real-time payments. We're in a world of instant messaging, online shopping, and on-demand entertainment, and yet our payment system still operates like it's stuck in the last century with checks and wires and automated clearinghouses. People want speed and convenience, but they also want security. How does this work? First of all, let's look at some of the problems that real-time payments will help solve. It's time for a change. RTP is a network that enables real-time payments 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The network uses the ISO 20022 standard, which ensures interoperability between different systems. This means that no matter what bank or financial institution you use, as long as they support RTP, you can make real-time payments. The network uses the Federal Reserve's FedLine and FedOx systems to process transactions. The RTP network supports payments in multiple currencies, so you wouldn't have to worry about exchange rates or conversion fees. The recipient would receive the money in their local currency, and the sender would be charged in theirs. This gives businesses and consumers the same security and reliability that they have come to expect from the Federal Reserve. With real-time payments, you can request a reversal of the transaction. With traditional payment methods, you often don't know where your money is going. With real-time payments, you can see the status of the transaction at any time. This helps you to track your money and make sure that it's being used correctly. In this case, you will have to use a different bank to initiate the payment. With traditional payment methods, you often have to fill out multiple forms and provide lots of documentation. They're faster, more secure, more transparent, and more efficient. It's no wonder why so many people are switching to them. With real-time payments, the process is streamlined. The bank handles everything for you, and you don't have to worry about anything. I hope this video has helped you learn more about real-time payments. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching. With real-time payments, you don't have to wait for a check to clear or for a wire transfer to go through. The transaction is settled immediately. This can save you time and money, especially if you're making a large payment. Another benefit of real-time payments is that they're more secure than traditional payment methods. When you use a debit or credit card, you trust the bank to ensure that there are sufficient funds in your account to cover the transaction. But what happens when you use a digital wallet like Apple Pay or Google Pay or Zelle or Venmo? In these cases, the bank doesn't check the balance. Instead, the transaction goes through as long as there's enough money in the digital wallet. This may be convenient, but it leaves us vulnerable to fraud. Let's look at an example. Imagine you lose your phone and the thief has access to your digital wallets. They can make purchases without your knowledge or permission. Now imagine a world where every payment required a bank check. Would this prevent fraud? No. A thief could simply log into your online banking and transfer money from your checking to your credit card account to cover the fraudulent purchase. The key to preventing fraud is not just the speed of the payment, but also the security of the transaction. With real-time payments, each transaction is verified by the bank before being settled. This helps to ensure that the payment is legitimate and reduces the risk of fraud. There are many banks that offer real-time payment services, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding one. Your bank will then contact the recipient bank and request that the funds be returned to your account. This process is known as a chargeback, and it's the same process that is used for credit card transactions. I'm here to talk about what real-time payments are and how they're rechanging the way we think about money. Let's say you want to pay your utility bill. With services like Zelle and Venmo, you can send money instantly from one bank to another. However, both services have limits on the amount of money that can be sent. With real-time payments, you would not have to worry about these limits. You would also not have to provide your friend's bank details when making the payment. Instead, you would use their email address or phone number. The payment would then be sent to their bank via the RTP network and credited to their account. With traditional methods, you might mail a check or pay online, but both options require waiting for the payment to clear. Let us say you are rebuying a house and need to transfer the down payment to the seller's escrow account. With traditional methods, you would have to schedule a wire transfer and wait for it to go through. With real-time payments, you could initiate the transfer through your bank's website or mobile app and get confirmation that the funds have been credited to the escrow account. With real-time payments, you can initiate a payment through your bank's website or mobile app. The payment is then sent to the utility company's bank via the RTP network. Once the payment is received, The utility company can credit your account and send you a confirmation. The entire process takes only a few seconds. The biggest problem is waiting. Waiting for a check to clear, waiting for a wire transfer to go through, waiting for an ACH to post. When we use a debit card or credit card, we trust the bank to ensure that there are sufficient funds in our account to cover the transaction. But what happens when we use a digital wallet like Apple Pay or Google Pay or Zelle or Venmo? In these cases, the bank doesn't check the balance. Instead, the transaction goes through as long as there's enough money in the digital wallet. This may be convenient, but it leaves us vulnerable to fraud. If someone steals our phone and has access to our digital wallets, they could make purchases without our knowledge or permission. Now imagine a world where every payment requires a bank check. Would this prevent fraud? No. A thief could simply log into our online banking and transfer money from our checking to our credit card account to cover the fraudulent purchase. Key to preventing fraud is not just the speed of the payment, but also the security of the transaction. This can take days. With real-time payments, transactions are settled immediately. So if you pay your electricity bill today, it will be credited today, not in 3 or 4 business days. If you pay someone today, they will receive the money today, not in 2 or 3 business days. This applies to any type of payment, B2B, B2C, C2C. Real-time payments can cut out days of waiting, and that's a big deal. Another problem that real-time payments solves is fraud. Let me explain. So how does real-time payments work? First of all, let's get into what RTP stands for. Now let's take a closer look at how a real-time payment works. Another example is person-to-person payments. But what if you need to make a large payment? But what about international payments? With real-time payments, you can send money anywhere in the world instantly. But what if something goes wrong with the payment? Let's say you pay for something but don't receive the goods or services. Another concern is what happens if your bank doesn't support real-time payments. What are the benefits of real-time payments? First, there's the obvious benefit of speed. Another benefit of real-time payments is that they're more transparent. And finally, real-time payments are more efficient. As you can see, real-time payments offer a lot of benefits over traditional payment methods. Are you ready to make the switch?